Now, this artwork, I won't lie, pisses me off. Hey, Pokemon trainers and gym leaders. Today we are carrying on the promo craziness and looking at special delivery promos. Let's have a look at the art, chat about the prices, and see where the market's heading. Let's get into it. At first, we have the special delivery Pikachu promo. Now, this artwork, I won't lie, pisses me off because it's the same that they use for the queue on the Pokémon Center, which, if you've been trying to catch any drops lately, you'll know you'll see this guy in your nightmares. He is unrelenting, always there, and gets in the way of you getting the product that you want. We look at the 12-month price trajectory for this card. You can see that in July last year, it was around $113. We've seen a monumental vertical line here, where it's gone from $150 straight up to $175 and then continued up to $185. We look at the most recent sale listings. You got a light play one for $500, which, I mean, I admire the ambition, but this person is absolutely crazy. If you take a look over on eBay at recent sales, you can see a PSA 9 went for £204. Best offer accepted on a PSA 9 again, so probably say around that £200 mark again. £185 for a 9, CGC 9. Best offer accepted, so probably around the 120, 130 mark. A sealed one for 215. Gem Mint 10 CGC for 420. Moderately played one for 92. An 8 for 160. Best offer accepted, so probably again around that 130, 140 mark. A mint one, best offer accepted, probably around 200. So you can see that this card is absolutely, well, essentially doubled in price in the last year. This one was one of the more accessible ones, so we expect this one to be on the cheaper end of the 3 promos. Up next, we have the special delivery Charizard. Now, again, this one has had a massive price increase lately. Again, hovering around the end of June, it has skyrocketed again. But a year ago, this card was $34 and is now currently estimated to be around 60. So again, one that's doubled in 12 months. This one's a bit more of a realistic sort of increase, but that sort of surge at the end of June is highly suspicious again. This is a prime candidate for a card as well that people could pump and dump in the sense of readily accessible, as this was just given out on the Pokemon Center when you placed an order over $20 or £20, which means a lot more of these are in circulation. So if you're picking up these for say like £20, £25, $25, and then overnight managing to flip it for 50, 60 quid, you are making some serious profit for no real effort at all. We look at sale listings. We've got a light play one at $95 and a near mint at $125. We hop on over to eBay. Again, you can see this one sold at £148 or probably around $160. PSA 8 at £54, so probably going to be a crack and resell. PSA 10 at $778, so what's that, around like $900. Another one at £724 or like $850. Hollow bleed one, so some people will pay a bit more for hollow bleed, but best offer accepted, so probably a conservative guess is £120. A loose one for 60. Another offer accepted on a 9, so probably around that £100 mark. Sealed one at 124. Ace 10 best offer accepted, so probably around that £300 mark. Again, you can see that this card has gone absolutely crazy, and when you think it's only 3 years old, this kind of growth is pretty mammoth. I mean, it is a very cool card. Obviously, it's got Charizard on it, so you've got that premium. You've also got the Pikachu on there as well, which commands another premium. And the fact that it's like a Pokemon Center promo, especially even though it's not stamped, it does tend to have a bit more sort of weight behind it. But again, when you think this card is something that you could have picked up for around $25 or £25 not that long ago, for it now to be almost at £100 raw and then graded prices fetching hundreds, it's easy to see why this could be a target for a pump and dump or a fantastic investment if you genuinely had a few of these upon release and have held on to them all this time. Now, if we're talking about cards that have gone absolutely crazy, you have to have a look at the special delivery Bidoof. Now, this one was a lot harder to obtain because it was a exclusive promo that was just given out via an email on the Pokemon Center's mailing list, and you weren't actually able to subscribe specifically for this. It just went out to a random select group of people that had already subscribed and checked their spam folders, for instance. So you can see that the print run of this is far smaller than the other two. And I mean, it features the absolute GOAT. No wonder it's going for a much higher price. Obviously, you still got the Charizard in there. Fantastic card, to be fair. This is one that I personally would have loved to have picked up, but I haven't been back in the hobby long enough to have actually been on the Pokemon Center website at the time. I think this was also US exclusive. But when you look at the price charting for this card, it has gone absolutely crazy lately. So this time last year, it was at $260, which is still like a very high price for the card. But again, because of that exclusivity, you are sort of to expect it a lot more. One thing to point out is actually how low the sales are on these cards for the averages to be drawn as well. So you can see that a most recent sale was at $285, but there have only been like a handful of sales for these cards. So we will dive back into eBay to get a bit truer of a reflection of like recent sales. But again, you can see so many like vertical lines here going from 250 up to 260 up to 270 up to 280. It's gaining $10-20 a week pretty consistently. And then when we dive onto eBay, you can see that a loose one at near mint condition went for 281. CGC 9.5 at 350. I'm not sure on this grading company, but it got a 10 and it went for 445. Another loose one at nearly 300, but best offer accepted, so probably hovering around that sort of 280, 270 mark. Another at 280. PSA 8 at 200. Again, that's probably one that would be cracked open. Tag 9 at 255. Interesting to see Tag up here. Similar comparable prices to PSA as well, which is quite cool to see. But then if you're a Tag fan, these cards are going to be harder to come by, so you probably will actually be paying a bit more of a premium for it because it's already a short like print run of the card itself, and then the graded pop on this will be so much lower than the likes of PSA CGC that you will probably have to pay a bit more of a premium price because it's a card that isn't readily available with your chosen graded body. BGS 9 at 312, but best offer accepted, so probably around that sort of 280, 290 mark. PSA 9 with a swirl, 370. PSA 9, 300. PSA 9 with a swirl, 300. Sealed at 260. PSA 9, not sure they've listed it as a tag, but at 233. So you can see that this card is very consistently around 250 raw, and then around 300 for a 9. PSA 10 at over 2.2k.
What did he say?
Absolutely crazy. Again, limited print run. Must be quite hard to grade looking at how many 8s and 9s there are. Another 10 at 1800. So yeah, this is a big card to have. I mean, the difference though as well, this one at just shy of 1200, and then what's that? The next day, one goes for 1800. Not quite sure what the difference there is, but that's eBay for you. But again, these cards are going absolutely crazy. If you're sat on any one of these, keep it as a long-term investment. It'd be interesting to see, if Pokemon do any more of these special delivery promo cards. Immediately a Delibird brings to mind, but whether or not these prices continue to go up, whether they'll level out, if we'll see any more of these in the future, or just basically where the market will head. I don't feel like these ones are as suspicious as some of the other promos that we're seeing surge in price at the moment, just because these ones are a bit sort of more limited. They seem quite hard to grade in PSA or BGS 10s, for instance. But well worth keeping an eye on. Check out your binders to see if you've got any of these ones. Very nice cards, and I am jealous of anyone that owns one. And there we have it. That's all we've got time for today. Let me know in the comments section which of these special delivery promos is your favourite, and whether or not you think they justify the crazy prices they're going for at the moment. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe for more market insights, and I'll catch you on the next one. Pokey Strongman out.